Alright, peace be upon you. Salam alaikum. Welcome back, everyone. I want to thank you, all of my new subscribers. I want to thank my beautiful, wonderful viewers for waiting for this video to come. I could not give you the information that I collected so far before I processed everything myself to know what exactly happened. So that's why the delay was going on, and also I had to gather my strength to make a new video. Okay, so maybe you can get from the title a bit about what's going on. Basically, there was a video a while ago called Fly on the Wall, where I intercepted by just synchronicity. I can say synchronicity, you can call it a fate. I think it's the will of God. But I intercepted the call that my twin flame, manifested twin flame, mind you, not my organic twin flame, but the manifested twin, had with someone. And there was a video about that, and that was a while ago, and that still didn't, how to say, basically open my eyes, because what I was told was that it wasn't his phone. It must have been someone else. That there was a line, mis um, misaligned. Something happened with the phone because I was calling another country, and I wanted to believe that was true. So even if it wasn't, I was willing to let it go and not to think too much about that, because I didn't understand the language. The woman on the phone, and I wasn't sure what really was going on. It sounded like something, but it could have been something else. So uh, God has given me a second chance, incredible chance. Uh, that at the same time, I would not wish upon most of you, because of the intensity of the intensity of the hurt that I experienced, the intensity of pain that I had to go through, that I purged through with Manifest Twin. That's why I say I wouldn't wish upon you. I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy to go through what I had to go through. But at the same time, I am more than, I mean, I cannot describe to you how grateful I am to the Almighty Source of Universe for letting me know, for for letting me be the fly on the wall. Okay, so I apologize for most of you who know what that expression means, but there could be some viewers out there who are new to the American English, just simply because they don't live here. Maybe they speak excellent English, but they don't live in this country. There was a lot of uh, phrases that I didn't get when I was a kid, when I came here, and I didn't understand what they meant. So, uh, big fly on the wall, it is a metaphor. When the fly is on the wall, nobody pays attention to it. It's basically hearing everything that's going on in the room, any conversation that's going on. So that's the expression when you hear what you're not supposed to hear, when you are led to know the knowledge that simply is not meant to be, like, well, basically you become invisible and you hear what's going on, or you see things that uh, normally you wouldn't see, the unseen, the secret. So I didn't explain that very well, but okay. So being fly on the wall means hearing or seeing something that would have been hidden from you otherwise. Some of you out there, my new age friends, you know that some people are interested in distant viewing. It's a phenomenon. It's called distant viewing. I would call this distant hearing, but I wasn't. I have to let everyone know, my Muslims and non-Muslims who are watching this, that I have not um, attempted any distant viewing. I have not attempted spying on anyone. It was God's will. It was the power of universe that let me know what was going on. So let me explain what exactly happened. Uh, I was struggling a lot with my manifested twin, a lot. And if you still don't know who my manifested twin is you have to watch a few videos before, because I'm not talking about organic twin. Organic twin is someone I met in 2011, and he still lives in the same state, in the same city that I live in, but he has gone evolve. Like he fell off the planet for the past 2 years. Last time I saw him, he approached me and he called me. He's a Muslim too, so he said the most beautiful, really the most beautiful salam I've ever heard in my life. It was so deeply from his higher self, from the bottom of his heart, and I being switching the role, becoming a runner, I just said good to see you, and I ran away immediately into my car. Instead of, I didn't even give him salam back. So after that, he completely went off the planet. He disappeared. I just saw his mother a few days ago. She comes and goes. Seems like she's sent on a mission to check up on me occasionally, to come to the same places where I hang out, sometimes mosques, sometimes fundraisers or events, and she kind of checks up on me for him, and then he's not showing up. He's not in the picture. Literally, he's not in the picture. So what I went through in the process of journey was I was building up my energy chakras. I was working on every possible aspect of myself to be ready for the reunion. And when I was, the other person was manifested. My twin has manifested through another person, and I still believe that I'm right about that. That my truth is that is the person that I'm talking about now is he was a manifested twin. He completely channeled what my twin was supposed to go through at this time, which is from 2017, May 2017 until now. All the purging, all the ideas we shared, all the love we shared was supposed to be with my organic twin. It came through this other person. Um, and I will elaborate on that just a minute. But let me tell you exactly what happened, and this is gonna shock you to the core. It shocked me to the core as well. So a few weeks ago, I stopped counting the days since that happened, but I was sensing that, and I was sensing from the moment I met my manifested twin that something was off. Okay, so that's the point I'm gonna reach. I was sensing something was off, but I was seeing everything perfect, and I was hearing everything perfect from this coming from this person. Well, not always everything perfect, but basically the essence of what our relationship was built upon was perfect. We share the same ideas about our faith. We both are showing high regard for God, for the prayers. We both pray 5 times a day. At least that's what I was being led to believe. So being led to believe something and actually feeling something are two different things. So I don't know whether to tell you first what happened or to tell you what happened. So okay, so let's just go with the facts. So I was suspecting things, but I was always being told that I am the one who doesn't trust enough, that I'm the one who is having issues with trust, and that I'm not, that I don't, that I'm the one destroying the relationship because I have these fears and stuff, and I did accept that as a way to help urge to grow myself into a person who will not have fears. And I still believe if I rewind everything from May 2017 until now, I still do not regret this journey, this part of the journey, because I let myself, actually since 2016, I let uh, everything come to me, and I let everything, I started accepting everything. I surrendered to the will of universe to send me whatever needs to be sent to me, to clear, to purge, and to grow, to be ready for the reunion. And I told you guys, I don't know what's going to happen with the manifested twin, but I'm just going to take what is giving to me. And I believe that's the only way to go on a twin flame journey, or a journey of life in general. Accept the challenges, in other words, even if it's going to lead to something that may have negative, seemingly negative, uh, final maybe moments, but what led to that moment is actually helping you with your twin flame journey, with your actual essence of your twin flame journey. So I was building trust. I was working on myself, but at the same time, the whole time something was off. Things were not. Sometimes, okay, when someone is telling the truth, you can ask them 5 years from now, 5 months from now, 50 years from now, if they get to live that long, what what they said, or what if they remember, they will say exactly the same thing that they said the first time, because it's truth, it doesn't change. But if someone is lying, then they will change the story because they simply forgot what they lied about, how they lied. So there was a lot of inconsistencies with the manifest twin sometimes, even though he seemed perfect and he was appearing to be perfect. There was things when I would ask the same question like a month later or something, the answer would be different, and that was obvious sign that something was off. But at the same time, as I said, I was building, because every time I told you guys that we are purging, that we had purging moments, that was him being defensive, or having we would have issue, and then I actually felt that no matter how hard it looks, and no matter how uncomfortable it is, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, and I'm healing myself through this, even though it's uncomfortable. Because if you go to a doctor, you have to have something removed. It's not going to be, most of the procedures are not comfortable, but they have to be done. And I believe, and again, one more thing that I'm grateful for is that I if I did go through this with my actual organic twin, I don't think I would want to be with him anymore. But it is the essence of my twin that is talking and acting through this person, that is channeled through this person, that is helping me uh, to to uh, to clear some things up, and purge some things, and let go of some things. So he was inconsistent sometimes. It was it was roller coaster. It had we had so many ups and downs, and finally I come to tell you what happened. And then this is gonna sound totally unbelievable, but I swear on God that is true. I woke up. We had a person show up on the Facebook Messenger that was adding me, and this person was nothing that this person, my manifested twin, would ever seem to be interested in this person, like even having her as a friend on Facebook, because the person was almost naked, almost like basically naked. Upper part of body was completely open. What you would call rated PG 18 or 21. I don't know. It's terrible. It's we're not talking about my manifested twin will not be a regular man. My manifested twin is a man that appears to be not listening to music, which is not who I am, but he's very he appeared to be very strict. The person who told me that I shouldn't be wearing jeans with my hijab, and person who would hang up and say, "Wait a minute, I have to tell my neighbors to put the music down. It's getting on my nerves. I cannot stand the music." This is the person that told me and swore on God that he never had uh, conversations with females on online before we met, because we met was my nickname on Facebook didn't seem like a female, so he didn't know that I was a female. Which, as I said, it wasn't really consistent story. I didn't really buy it, but everything about him appeared to be that he was in that like really pious religious state of mind. So it was out of mind that he would ever talk to this person, and I got upset because I found her on the Facebook friends list, and I could not see his Facebook friends list openly, and that was issue with us for a long time. But again, as I said, I would be accused of not trusting enough, and I would be told that this is for my own protection, so that his friends who are all males would not bother me. And so I bought that. I didn't know whether to buy it or not, but I wanted to buy that because I wanted to be more trusting person, because not. So I wanted to let go of fears and let go of fear of abandonment and that someone may cheat on me. So I was trying to go with that, like, okay, fine, you don't want your friends to see that or whatever. But that was not the case, of course. You will find out soon. So this female added me on the messenger, and when I asked her, who are you? How do I know you? I noticed that he was our mutual friend, and I confronted him about that, and I said, how can you, of all guys in the world, have such a female as your friend? It's not. It's just. It doesn't fit the picture, right? He denied the whole thing. He said he doesn't know. Maybe it was added. This person was added before. Maybe there was a male photo on it. He doesn't know. He has so many friends on Facebook. He has no idea who she is. And again, he swore on the name of God. He swore on the name of God. He has no idea who this is, and he's gonna block this person. And he sent me a screenshot that he blocked this person. However, a night, one night, I had to um, I had to paint this room, so I had to sleep in my prayer room, in my musalla. And while sleeping there, I was praying the guidance prayer, and I opened my Quran at the area where it says, at the chapter where it says to stay away for a while and to watch what happens and just wait for them, and they will wait, and then you will see. So I didn't all night. I didn't contact my manifest twin on Messenger. I have to say this, that I accept, besides Messenger, I don't have any other apps. I know that sounds crazy, but I just don't, and I'm kind of anti social media. And now, after the experience that I had, I'm even more now sick of the whole thing. And so I prayed the guidance prayer, and I was told to stay away, just wait. Usually it was him contacting me, but I wanted to see, I trusted God fully. So he didn't contact me normally, and also a week before that there was a gap of 18 hours when he didn't call me, and we had a huge fight about that too. But so something was fishy, something was going on, and so I trusted the universe, and I let go, and I was waiting for him to contact me, and he didn't contact me all night, and in his time zone all day. And then I noticed that this female, I didn't block her. I wanted to see her actions, and I noticed that she came on, and I was guided. I was told by the same. I'm going to tell you this. If you're twin flame, you have to pay attention to this. When you met your twin, have you heard something sort of like an inner voice, but it comes from the right side? I'm not kidding about that. This is the first time when I realized my twin flame, my organic twin, in 2011. I heard basically someone, as if someone sitting next to you, that kind of inner voice on the right side that told me someone on the end of this room is watching you, and that was my organic twin, because maybe 10 minutes later he approached me. That was in 2011. So I was told that someone is is watching me from another table. We were at the wedding banquet. And ever since then, I have this voice occasionally come at the crucial moments of my twin flame journey and kind of give me sort of like a tip, you know? I don't know what else to say. So I was kind of hearing that this voice, I call it a twin flame angel. This is what I believe it is. It tells me to ask this female one more time, do you know this and this person? And how do you know him? And I texted her, I mean, I messaged her, I sent that. She immediately, maybe took her a minute or two to read my message. She immediately logged off of the messenger. And then my manifested twin, 5 minutes later, he logs in. And he's asking me, are you sleeping? Then I asked him who wants to know, and he started changing the subject. And suddenly he says he has to go. I don't know, I forgot what he said the excuse was. He has to go, and then he logs off, and then she logs back in, and I sent her a screenshot that he was asking me. I was just bluffing. I don't know why. I was just bluffing. I was told to do that just to see. And as soon as she logged off, he logged in again, and he says, "Are you okay? What's going on with you?" So I realized that maybe it's coincidence that two people are logging off and logging on at the kind of like one logs in and then the other, like they're talking maybe over the phone, I suppose. But could have been coincidence because there's a lot of people on Messenger. But I was being led by this guidance to be suspicious. Sometimes you have to be suspicious. It's not good to be suspicious. This was something I was working on not to be. But it was just so almost too obvious that something was going on. So I texted her again. I said, "What did he tell you so that you wouldn't answer me? That you are not answering me?" And then I asked him, "What did you tell her so that she? What did you tell her to manipulate her so that she wouldn't even respond to me?" She did. She was the one who added me in the message to probably let me know that she's in some kind of connection with him. And he started being defensive. He started fighting with me, and he said he doesn't want to talk to me. That this is this, you know, that I'm not being reasonable, whatever. And then, wow, sorry guys, I was totally cut off by my laptop camera. It wouldn't work, so we're gonna switch to this way. Maybe it's for the best because I will show you a few photos of that female and my manifested twin so you get the better picture. So anyways, as I messaged him, I said, what did you exactly say to her to manipulate her not to answer me? And then I said, "You are really are a genius." And the paradox, the way he answered me is so wrong in so many ways because he said, "Alhamdulillah." On me saying that he is a genius, meaning in the bad way, because I meant genius of manipulation. Then he said Alhamdulillah, which is very wrong in many ways because Alhamdulillah means thank God. It's like praising God, and this was so weird. This was so, it struck me so negatively that he would praise God for giving him sort of a gift, the talent of being a genius. When I said genius, but I meant it in the bad way. You guys know, you understand that. So that also triggered me to see that something is going on. Definitely, that I'm not wrong. And believe it or not, call me crazy right now, be mad at me, whichever way you want, but I please let me tell you the whole story so then you can use this wisdom on your journey, because that's the point. I'm not sharing this story so that you can hear my story, but you can compare, as my friend um, from Mecca, I'm sorry, from Medina Al Munawwara, my friend, he will know who he is. Hi, salam alaikum, my dear brother. As he said, let's compare the notes. We're just comparing the notes here. So trust me, you will want to hear this story till the end, so you can use it on your own journey when or if you experience anything similar. And so I felt I felt all this was another way of God showing me that, like as I said, God guided me to wait, and then I intercepted this kind of a messenger game they were playing, that she was playing basically, but he was denying. And then I still let it go. I still believed him. I intentionally let it go to give unconditional love that I'm practicing one more chance. And please stay with me. I will explain to you about unconditional love when it regards to your organic twin flame, your actual one and only twin flame. So I give it one more chance, and you can see now in the screenshot. I apologize. If you have any children, remove them from the room. This is the actual girl I'm talking about. The below is my photo with the hijab on, and I was. This was a week before when I found out she was one of his friends. When I was asking him how is it possible he would let this person even be on list of his friends, embarrassing him so much for the fact that he's such a devout Muslim, and I just couldn't put the picture together. So anyways, I give it one more day, but however, what happened is I started experiencing pain, which is something long time ago, Patricia McNeely, the big twin flame master teacher out there, she mentioned that sometimes when our twin is having uh, when our twin is having sex, when our twin is with another person or cheating on us, we can feel pain in the private parts of the body, in the root chakra or sacral chakra. And in this case, it was my root chakra was ripping me apart. It was such a pain that is mostly compared to to a knife being stabbed. And I told my manifested twin it was actually happening. It must have been from the day he connected with this girl, which is March 8th, which is when I rewind now, I looked at the messages between us. It must have been that they started talking on March 8th, because that's when I started experiencing pain. So I told him several times, I will show you the screenshots right now. I told him that I'm feeling something. I couldn't be 100% straightforward with him to describe this as a twin flame pain, because we feel each other's energy. But I tried to tell him, warn him not to do anything wrong, because if he's doing something wrong, I can feel it. And it's for his own good not to go with karmic relationships that are coming from the dark side, and not to indulge in things that are of low vibration, because then it's destroying my vibration. I can feel it. I can actually feel the things. And this is what hurts me most right now, is that I told him I was in pain, and he promised me, he said, I don't know, you should go to doctor, maybe get checked. And I told him this is not a physical pain, it's more like a phantom pain. Although I feel it, it's real pain, but I know I have a medical background, and I know this pain is not coming from any disease or any disorder or any kind of dysfunction in my body. It's coming as energetic pain, as a telepathic pain from my twin. And even though he didn't really understand the term twin flame, he did understand the point. He was the one who always said, we are one. I am you, you are me, you're my oxygen, you're my blood, I can feel you. And we did feel each other. And this is another thing that I want to tell you at the end of this video, why it's so important to keep our energy protected. Why is it so important not to open our chakras to everyone? Although sometimes we do this for the learning experience and for testing
and to get to the point. But if I learn, I'm warning you now, so you don't have to go through this, you don't have to experience this, because it's not something you have to go through. You can just learn from my video how to avoid it and go straight for your organic twin flame, while working on your chakras, on the other, in different ways, not through other person. So anyways, sorry, I have to go back to the story. So I was experiencing pain, and he denied. This was a week prior to this night, and then I still wanted to let it go, and just I blocked this girl that night. I didn't want to look anymore. Was she on, was she off, was she on and off? But during the night, I was awoke by sharp pains again. I just couldn't ignore these pains anymore. They were so terrible. And let me remove this picture. Maybe it's making you guys uncomfortable. It's definitely making me uncomfortable, because I'm embarrassed that I have to show you. But it's very graphic. But I'm showing you for the point of truth. This is the truth. This is what really happened. So the shooting pain is waking me up. I am I go back, I check the messenger, both of them logged off about the same time, nobody's there. I am the bad guy. I'm the one who doesn't trust him. That is not including trust in our relationship. He's accusing me of blaming him for something he didn't do, and so I I turn to God and I earnestly pray and ask God to help me, to help me find out the truth. Is it the truth, what I feel, what I sense, what's my intuition telling me? Basically from the day one, there was other things about this young man that didn't fit the profile that he was showing. And especially now when things culminated, and to discover, am I making this up? Is this all in my head, or is he really having an affair or something besides our relationship? And I ask God earnestly to help me to once and for all find out what's going on. And uh, I was crying. I fell asleep crying, and next day I moved back to my room from my prayer room. I moved back to my bed, where I spoke with my manifest twin so many times, and we connected energetically, and I I had stronger sense of him in that area, in my bedroom. And I fell asleep one night after, and as I said, I was the bad guy. He didn't contact me only once after that, very shortly, very briefly, very coldly. But that happened before, and then he would come back and apologize, and we would reconnect. So I just took things, the best way I could, and I went to sleep. And then I was awoke in the middle of the night, not by pain, but by the voice that I mentioned earlier in this video in the beginning, the voice that comes from the right side of my body energetically, the voice that I call twin flame angel, that is always giving me proper information, correct information since the beginning of this journey. The information that comes from the source of light. And this voice told me very strictly, very directly, this voice told me, go find WhatsApp, go install WhatsApp. And as I said, I don't have any other apps besides Messenger, which I installed after I became engaged with Manifest Twin. And he insisted that I have Messenger so we can talk, since he's in another country. So I didn't quite understand this voice telling me, why would I install WhatsApp when my twin doesn't have WhatsApp? At least what he told me. He once needed to get interviewed from United States, and the person from HR office contacted me as I was listed as his primary number. And she asked me to speak with him, and I described to her that he's in another country, that would be a long distance call, and she asked him to install WhatsApp on his phone so that she could conduct an interview for the job, him being a marine engineer. And I told him so, and he said that something's wrong with his iPhone. It's not downloading properly anymore apps, and he doesn't have WhatsApp, so he cannot do that. And he actually, as at least he told me, he borrowed the phone from his friend, and we gave that number to this potential employer, and he conducted interview, as at least what he said to me. And so hold on just a second. So I decided that even though it didn't make sense to me, that I would listen to this voice. And I don't know, I just woke up, and in the matter of minutes, I installed WhatsApp on my phone. In the matter of minutes, I typed in my twin's telephone number, full telephone number, into WhatsApp. Basically, what I was expecting was to maybe see if he does have WhatsApp, not telling me that he had one. But I wasn't expecting any results, to be honest with you. I totally expected failure. That I was like, why am I doing this? What? But I just followed the voice, and I did what it told me to do: install WhatsApp and go send him invitation over WhatsApp on his phone number. And that's what I did. And then the miracle happened, the total miracle, which later when I googled, is this possible, basically it must have been, it will be explained technically as a glitch in a system, in a computer, or maybe that the manifested twin pressed button or something on his phone to basically, not knowing that he answered. That's another possibility, that he he did answer not being aware of it, or maybe he was aware of it and did it on purpose, subconsciously. I don't really know. But what happened next was, um, although my screenshot was taken at minute 18 or something, I was listening for over 20 minutes, 20 minutes and some seconds, and then I hung up. I couldn't take it anymore. For over 20 minutes, I was listening to my manifested twin having phone sex with that girl. And I'm sure it was that girl, because I checked on Messenger. She was offline on Messenger same time he was offline. So basically, what they did, they hid, they hid from me. They went off the Messenger, Facebook Messenger, to another app to chat, to talk, and which led to phone sex. Was it first time? Probably not, because they sounded very comfortable with each other. They were speaking in their native language, and I couldn't understand the exact words. But I understood the way my manifest twin was talking to this person, was the way he was being sensual, and the way it was so painful. At the same time, I couldn't speak up, I couldn't breathe. I know it's not possible not to breathe for 18 or 20 minutes. I must have been breathing, but very low. I think I was so paralyzed. I was so in shock that I don't remember breathing at all. I was so stunned, like if you're stunned with electrical shock or a gun or something. I couldn't believe my ears, what I was experiencing. It was so painful that trust me, it was so far the most painful experience in my life. Listening to someone cheat on you, not even cheat on you with the actual person, like if you ran into a room or something, but actually long distance cheating with another person, which is way more pathetic and worse. He's not even physically with this girl, but he connected with this low vibrational energy, with this dark force, to be sucked in. And I was listening to the whole thing, and the worst thing was he lied the whole time. He lied. He swore in the name of God, and 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 what I was experiencing at that time was hard to explain, because it's such a paradox that I am grateful to my source to discover the truth, to give me this great opportunity, this magical opportunity, this miracle, to be able to intercept someone's WhatsApp, which I didn't even know anything about. I just installed it and I was told to do that, and I ran into exactly into the time when they were heated up and so horny to start having sex. And what I will be very graphic right now. What I heard was they had 3 times came to a climax, what do you call, orgasm, whatever. That's at least what they sounded like. She sounded a little bit fake, to be honest. I'm a girl, so I'm gonna say this. She sounded, I even have strength to joke about right now. But yeah, she sounded a bit faking it, but he was really like a horse in a. He was he was terrible. He was panting and heaving and breathing. So he was so horny that I could not believe that such a hypocrite, a super hypocrite, a superman of all hypocrites of this world was sent for me to experience in my life on my twin flame journey, to learn what was the lesson that I supposed to learn from this. I will tell you exactly what. I still believe this was a person who was manifested for me for 10 months to experience more learning on my journey. But the final message from God through this person was this: God is in your intuition, God is in your inner voice. God is not what this other person is telling you, whoever is telling you, whether it's your priest, your imam, the best man in the world, or who appears to be the best Christian in the world, or the best Muslim in the world. um, if they tell you, I swear by God this is true, that can still be lie. Because I struggled for 10 months. This was not what I discovered after this night. This was not the only lie. The everything basically was lie. But at least maybe this was not, I mean, it turned out to be a lie, which could be just what I believe a major crush in a timeline. Major crush in a timeline, like a earthquake in a timeline. The timeline has crushed, and so now everything appears to be lie. But I still, as I said, I don't regret 10 months, because I learned so much. And what I learned the most is this person, this same guy, this manifested twin, told me many times, trust Allah. He told me many times, don't trust me, trust Allah, because Allah, you should trust Him. And that was a trick lesson for me. That was a trick question. That was a trick request by this person. Because this person, from 3D point of view, could be viewed as what you would call devil. He was testing me for 10 months. What As I said, from 3D, from 5D, I still believe he's my manifested person, my manifested twin, to teach me lessons. But from 3D, you could view this person as a dark force, as the dark angel, as the fallen angel. Because listen to me carefully. He told me to trust Allah, but he didn't say what Allah really is. And what I learned from this: Allah is in your heart. Allah is the source of your knowledge. He is what is in your intuition. So follow your intuition, my dear twin flames. I had a feeling, the gut feeling in my intuition, in my solar plexus chakra, that something was off. Every time I felt that, I was actually right. But I listened to my mind. I listened to what my mind received from another person, the words, which is the 3D version, which could be truth or could be lie. This is a timeline that can crush at any minute. So never listen to what people tell you. Listen to your intuition. That I will explain to you in a paradoxal way right now. this is a bright side, which is now I know you're in shock what happened to me as well. And thank you for understanding what I went through, and thank you for waiting for me to come up with this video. But I will tell you now from the bright side, when your twin flame, when your organic twin flame tells you they don't love you, stay away from me, don't bother me anymore, you are not my twin, I don't know what you're talking about, or whatever they told you, what your twin flame runner told you, don't believe them. Believe, trust your instinct, trust your intuition. That's the God inside of you. That's, I'm sorry, Muslims out there, I'm not saying that God, you are gods, nobody is God, there's only one God, but his his signal is inside of you. The signal of God is inside of you. It's called your intuition, and that's who you should trust. And when my manifested twin told me you should trust Allah, you should trust God, that's what he meant. I should trust my gut feeling every time he was lying to me or he was playing with the words. He was testing me at the same time, telling me to trust Allah, and that was conflicting in my mind because I thought he meant, he was playing with the words. I thought he meant to say, trust me, I'm a good guy, I'm a Muslim guy. If you trust Allah, you should trust me. But what it really meant was trust your instinct, trust what you feel. You feel you shouldn't trust me, then don't trust me. Uh, and and I also learned that no matter how painful this is, that I still love my God, because this same God, this same source gave me the voice, sent me the voice. You can call it angel, you can call it whatever you want, and told me go and install WhatsApp so you can find out the truth, because that's what I was praying for. And you know how they say be careful what you pray for. Well, you have to accept the truth is ugly sometimes, and you have to be grateful still. So is my world shaken right now, my world, like in from the religious point of view? Yes, I believed that I found the perfect man, and I was willing to give up on my twin flame, my organic twin flame, which I still knew was my organic twin flame. I never denied that. But I was willing to give up as if God is sending me someone better, someone more appropriate for what I believe in and what I stand for, because my organic twin has strayed away. He seems to be stray away from God. But I realize now that my organic twin is actually afraid of God for the things he has done on our journey from 2011. And this brings tears to my eyes right now, because sometimes being away from the mosque or being away from the church or from the prayer rug or from the altar means that you're actually ashamed of God for what you did. And this person who is has God on his lips all the time, it's just a lip service. This other guy swears on God, but God is not inside his heart. God is far, far from his heart, because if God was in his heart, he wouldn't be saying this. He wouldn't swear on God's name and do things behind my back. And he's the same person who told me many times, I wouldn't cheat on you because I know that God would be listening to me. I know that God would hear me or see me doing bad things. So don't worry, I'm not going to do them. And he still did. And so I'm viewing my organic twin right now from the different perspective, that sometimes people who don't come to mosque, they don't come to prayers, they don't come to church, maybe they have a fear of God still inside of them, and they are repenting, but it takes time to repent. They really wish they didn't do things they did. But I forgive my organic twin for things he did, because he was doing them to learn. Uh, if he went out and dated girls, he did that because I know now deep in my heart he did that to get courage to talk, to come up and talk to me, because I do get sometimes I do get people feeling that I'm a ice queen. It has to do with the hijab. People don't approach hijabis as easily. It has to do with also my fear from my twin, because if he wasn't a runner, then I was, and sometimes I would avoid him and get scared to talk to him. But um, but I forgive him even though there's nothing to forgive, my manifested twin flame has taught me that what appears is not what we should believe. We should believe what's inside of us, and what is inside, what always was inside of me, that is that my real, my true organic twin does love me and always will. But now I also learned another lesson, that we have to, as a Muslim, I know that I cannot have an idol. I only should love God in the first place and worship God in the first place. And I had this ideal vision of what a true partner for me should be, and that was my manifested twin. He 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 showed himself, he displayed himself as a person that would be perfect. Okay, and that's not a sin. I i think that's a lesson for me, because I gave unconditional love to God, not to manifest a twin, but for the sake of God, for the sake of Allah, as we say, I was willing to give up on my organic twin and go on this route and accept this man as a better option from God. And I believe he did manifest. I still believe that when he said, I love you and I miss you, and all the things that he said, like, I'm your, you're my oxygen, you're my blood, I think he was channeling my actual organic twin. That's what my actual organic twin feels. And if you guys remember, this is very important to mention right now, because before I finish, is that I told you one video before that I had experienced what's called Merkaba, which is the light form of our inner light body in a form of it. It's kind of shaped like diamond. So let's not go back in there. But I did experience my twin flame in the form of Merkaba. And visually, Merkaba exactly looks like, very likely like a diamond, but like a hollow diamond. And I told you guys the essence of this Merkaba that I saw in my vision was my twin. My twin was in the Merkaba state. So that was a week before this person, this female, was starting to show up in my manifested twin's life. And I already had a sense that the essence of my true twin, my organic twin, has left the body of my manifested twin already. It's leaving him, because he can be in the two forms at the same time. I saw in the vision that my organic twin is back into Merkaba form, which is the higher self in the 5D, 6D dimension. And that he's no longer needed, he's not channeling through my manifested twin. He's left him. And that's another explanation why manifested twin is acting as he is. One more thing that I want to what I realized, that I told you at the beginning of the video, until I realized things and I clarified to myself, I cannot share with you, is this. I always wondered from the moment I met my manifested twin, is why would he be a channel? Why would he be a total 100% channel for my organic twin? Where is his own essence? Where is his own soul? Why would he be so hollow that he's like he's an empty vessel to receive my twin? But I didn't want to bother with that too much. I left that to God. I completely left that. I surrendered to the journey, and now I realize why this is an empty soul. There was actually 3 occasions when the manifested twin, when he told me, we talked about concept of hell in Islam. It's called Jahannam, and he just said, like, he was there. He said sounded weird to me, but he said, trust me, it's a terrible place. And I thought, maybe, okay, that's just his perception of what he read about it must have been. But it happened 3 times when he said, as you know, as if, you know, when you talk to someone who was in Hawaii and then they describing it to you and they say, you know, I was on that beach, believe me, it's like awesome or something. That's how he was talking about hell, as if he came from, if his soul came from there. I know this is kind of dark to say right now, but I don't know. As I said, this could have been a dark soul sent to teach me a lesson, maybe to, this is his karma. I don't know what it was, but thank God it's over, because 10 months, I lost a lot of energy. Maybe another way of viewing this is from 3D, to say that this person was trying to distract me from my twin flame, but I put my intention into the journey to learn, and I knew the whole time that universe will either change the course of events to lead me back to my organic twin, or the universe has decided that my manifested twin will stay with me for the sake of God, for the sake of the mission. And I have not given up on my mission. I've learned that what's on people's tongues and the way they're dressed. I always knew they were hypocrites in Christianity and Islam and anywhere, because God mentions hypocrites in the Quran more than believers or non-believers, or the, you know, or the or the polytheists, the idolaters. And as I was saying, I also want to say, I created this ideal vision, and God has crushed that idol for me right now, because your twin flame is not supposed to be perfect, because you're not perfect, but your twin flame is your twin flame, and you gotta take it or leave it, but you can't actually leave it because it's your twin. You can't leave yourself. So what I want to tell you guys, and there's more we can discuss on this matter, of course, but it's been long, and thank you for watching. But I have to say that you have to learn this from this video right now. The most important point is, besides trusting your intuition, no matter what you hear, what you see, whether it's wrong or right, whether it's coming from your twin and they're saying they don't love you, don't believe them. Believe what you feel. Whether someone else is telling you they love you, don't believe them if you feel otherwise. And whatever it is, be led by your intuition. That's God talking to you from your heart. And besides that, the point is that your twin is your destiny. Your twin is your fate. No matter how perfect someone else looks like, you can embark on a journey. You can consciously learn the lesson and go for learning, but you will have to know that no one, mark my words, no one will ever fit in your twin flame shoes. There's only one twin flame who can fit in those shoes. And you can give up, you can get on with someone else, but it's not going to work out. Trust me, I had a perfect guy that was perfect in any way, and it didn't work out, as you can see. So remember this, never judge the book by the cover. Me, myself, and I thought that meant just to not negatively perceive people, as if sometimes people perceive me, maybe God forbid that I'm a terrorist because I wear a scarf, because I have made covenant with God to wear my hijab, and so I would think to say, don't judge me by my cover, literally, like I am, this is between me and God. I'm not into politics or anything like that. So I always thought that phrase meant not to judge people negatively, but trust me, I learned from this experience that also don't trust people by their cover, just because they look super religious, or just because they look like a perfect priest or a perfect Muslim guy or a perfect Muslim even woman. Just believe your intuition about them, believe what you feel about them, believe their vibe. Okay. And most importantly, what I mentioned in the beginning that I said I'm going to elaborate is unconditional love. I practiced unconditional love with this person for 10 months. And I learned that unconditional love is a gift that only belongs to twin flames. Mark my words. Unconditional love can be only between two twin flames, because that's another part of your soul. Do I forgive this guy for what he did? The experience that I had on the phone, listening to him after all all the swearing on God's word and God's name? No, no, heck no. I wish the worst things for him to happen. Don't be angry with me, guys. I know that forgiveness is a gift too, but there's things that God doesn't forgive even. There's things that deserve to be punished. And I cannot find in my heart forgiveness for what this person did. Not because of me. Trust me, it's not because of me as a woman. So what? So maybe he fell in love with another woman. Maybe he fell for her cleavage. As you could see, the cleavage was very obvious. But I cannot get over the swearing on God's name. Using God's name in vain is what really bothers me the most. I cannot get over the fact that this man found me 10 months ago on Facebook and said, I want to get to know you because of your scarf and because of your hijab and because of your piety and because of your connection with God. So he shrouded himself in the name of God and for the sake of God. And even after this affair, I blocked him, but he tried to contact me, and he still swears on God after everything I heard, after everything he put me through, and how many nights he lied and made me look like a fool. He still swears on God he didn't do it. And I told him one last time before I blocked him, I said, for God's sakes, I heard you. I was listening to you for over 20 minutes and you still deny it. And that's the part that I will not forgive, and I wish not to forgive. And I realize now that when it comes to your twin flame, you can unconditionally love, you can forgive. And why is that important for this world? Is because only when we are with our twin flame, we become the vessel of pure unconditional love, and we can understand anybody's perspective from our perspective of our union. So we cannot achieve that with any other person. We cannot forgive things that are broken, that broke not only our rules, but rules of God and commandments of God. And twin flames go beyond that. They do, because there's something about twin flames. It's just part of our soul that we learn to forgive everything. And one more thing I want to say is that my twin flame has never done anything like this to me. I felt for years that he has done something wrong, but basically he never hurt me. He ran from me in the moments when he could not be together, in the situations when his life didn't allow him to be with me. And I know your twin is going through the same. If your twin is running from you, they do it for your own higher good. They do it for their own higher good. They let you go because they unconditionally love you. They never would do things like this to you. And if they did, it was a manifestation of learning of unconditional love. And I'm so grateful that I haven't been through this with my organic twin, because he would never allow himself to stoop so low and do this to me. He would rather not be with me. He would be with his karmic, but will not cheat on me with the karmic or with the lower vibrational beings. So respect your twin, love yourselves, and remember that I love you, that I put this video out for you, because right now I don't feel like talking to anyone. I just want to be alone, and I'm asking God so many questions of things that I can still not chew, and I cannot still digest. Why would God allow him to present him and his name? Although I did read in the Quran, after this event happened, God did give me a promise that the God is just and things will not go unpunished. Everything has its place in the universe, and the karma will slap this person in the face. And I have one thing to say at the end, which is my message for this manifested twin, for all of your people out there who hurt you. Remember just to say to them telepathically, because telepathy is something I want to discuss in the next video, because obviously it works. And as I told you, I felt pain in my root chakra when this person was cheating on me. I felt pulling in my sacral chakra before I met my manifested twin, when sacral chakra guy was looking for me and seeking me. By the way, he did call me the day after this happened. My sacral chakra guy called me. I wished to talk to him, just to share with him what happened to me, because he was always honest with me. He would never do such a thing. But I didn't pick up the phone because I stand now on my ground and wait for my organic twin, and really don't need any more of anybody's energies interfering with me, because even though I cut the cord with the manifested twin, I still feel the root chakra pain every time now he's doing what he's doing, I suppose having an erection or whatever. So by all means, I'm avoiding any more energetic interference with anyone. I have some things now to clear. And so the telepathy works. That's why I say stay tuned. In the next video, I definitely want to go deep into telepathy. I'll try to make it shorter because this was a big issue right now I had to share with you. I didn't know where to start, where to finish. But as I said, telepathy really works. So send telepathic message to anyone who ever hurt you and say this. Say, when you go back where you came from, tell devil, like as I said in one of these photos, you are diamonds, and diamonds cannot be crushed. You are diamonds. Your twin flame is a diamond. You will come together and you will be in union. But anything that is worth a lot is hard to reach. So believe me, don't give up on your twin. They love you, and no one can replace them. Love you guys. Peace be upon you. See you soon. Thanks.